Time for business now with Nona Pelsier. Nona, Kathmandu. Now, this is interesting because this company was one of the ones that initially, they took a big hit around COVID-19. So what news do you have of them today?
Well, they have been in a trading halt. They released their first half result today, which is quite interesting. So their net profit was a little bit down, but that's because they took some significant one-time costs, a tax adjustment, as well as the purchase of Riptide and that kind of stuff, Rip Curl rather. That was less interesting. More interesting was the underlying result, which was up 45%. That's their underlying profit. And sales were up, 59%. So the company was in good form leading into the end of their first half. But then, of course, things have changed. But this company has wasted no time in reacting to the situation and are out there looking for $207 million of capital that they want to inject into the company. And they're offering their shareholders one share for every 2 shares they own at 50 cents each. Now, that's a 55% discount to their last traded price.
But that's interesting, isn't it, Nona? Because to put it in context, this is a company that, it's based around travel and adventures. And quite frankly, there are very few of those when you're stuck in your house.
Well, unless you're going to the supermarket. They're not exactly adventurous for most. Yes. So that's a real shock. I mean, the share price closed before the trading halt at $1.12. So now, they're offering shares at 50 cents each. They say that any of the offer that's not taken up will be taken up by institutional investors. And amongst them, their larger shareholders would be Briscoe Group. They used to have about a 19% stake. It's diluted somewhat. It's now about 16%. It's going to be further diluted because Briscoe said they're not going to take up that offer. So as a large shareholder, they're not going to be taking it up. So that will be snapped up by institutions. It just goes to show you what kind of a market we're living with today. And all the ideas that we might have had pre-lockdown, pre-COVID-19, all out the window.
Okay, so what else has been going on the markets today then?
Now, interesting. So this is April 1st, and we had some really interesting numbers that came through to the end of March 31st. So I don't want to call these fun numbers, but interesting ones. The S&P NZX Top 50 Index, it fell 13% during the month of March. And also, interestingly, that the oil prices fell, the biggest losses in history. So we track Brent crude oil. It fell just today, 2%. And we're talking $25.80 US. That's $25 US a barrel. And that's because of the ongoing price war between Saudi Arabia and Russia, which really has nothing much to do with the COVID-19 pandemic, other than, of course, energy demand is down. But yeah, interesting numbers, huge, big numbers. And, the number of times that I've heard today, just unprecedented. And it's almost become an overused word, but really it applies to so many things we're seeing right now.
So true. We're almost out of time. So maybe quick trot through the dollar.
Yep. So the top 50 index today, it ended up 1.3%. To 129 points up to 9,926. That was helped along by the Australian market, and the Kiwi trading slightly weaker at 59.5 US cents, 97.1 Australian, and 48.1 British pence.
Good to talk to you, Nona. Thanks very much. That's Nona Pelsier giving us the business numbers for today.